Hey everybody, welcome to the 19th episode of California Wine TV. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm your host, Scott Sheldon. It's a pleasure to be here. So today for episode 19, we're doing the Trader Joe's bargain episode. 3 wines, nothing over 10 bucks. And the idea here is, man, times are tough. You know, a lot of us can't afford all those wines that Parker is recommending, these 98-point wines. You know, $60, $70, $80. I mean, you know, yeah, special occasion, sure. But I mean, every day, I mean, come on. We all can't afford to drink those kinds of wine. So, you know, sometimes it's nice to have, you know, something else to turn to, save some money. And so hopefully we're going to find a couple of hidden gems today. And, you know, Trader Joe's, at least in Southern California, West Coast, you know, these wines, hopefully, you know, they're readily available. You'll be able to find them if there's something that you want to try. Numero uno. We're going to start here with a Castoro Cellars. Try to give you the best super zoom that I can. And Castoro, or Il Castoro in Italian, is the meaning for beaver, and it was the nickname for Neil Utzon, who was the winemaker, and founded his winery back in '83. And this nickname, I guess, was a long-standing thing with him, and that's the origin of it. You know, I'm big on origin. And it's up in the Paso Robles area. Is a great kind of hot climate, beautiful wine area. You know, a lot of people, Napa, Sonoma, kind of forget about Paso Robles. There's a lot of quality going on in that area. Definitely worth investigating. So let's go ahead and check this out. So it's a 2009 Fumé Blanc. Fumé Blanc, that term synonymous with Sauvignon Blanc. It's something that Robert Mondavi came up with to try to differentiate his wine that he was making that was in more of a dry style. A lot of the other Sauvignon Blancs that were coming out around that time were very sweet, and kind of as a marketing technique wanted to kind of, this is where I'm at, we got a dry wine here. And the guy's a genius in terms of marketing. Has a lot to do with the popularity of California wine, and definitely the guy's a genius. So $6.99 we paid for this. 2009 Castoro Fumé Blanc, 13% alcohol. Their tasting rooms up in Templeton, surrounded by Zinfandel vineyards and cork trees. If you ever wanted to see what a cork tree looked like, you can check it out. Very light in color, basically what you'd expect for a Sauvignon Blanc. And by the way, this is a great summertime wine. If you haven't ever tried this, probably my favorite summertime wine. It's just very light, crisp, and pairs well with a lot of the fare that you'd want to have during summer. Let's give it a little smell. Nice smell of tropical pineapple, some stone fruit also coming through. You have that apricot, peach, aromatics coming through. A little bit of minerality too on the palate, or on the nose rather. Not too complex, but nice clean nose, nothing funky going on. Let's give it a taste. Nice crisp acidity with this wine. Again, those stone fruit flavors, not overpowering with the fruit. And then again, that minerality comes through, especially on the finish. You kind of get this fruit in the beginning on the front of the wine, carries through mid palate, and then on the back end you get this minerality that kind of hangs on the finish. It's a pretty nice wine for $7. Yeah, I told you the beaver thing. If you want to get in touch with them, 1-888-DAM-FINE. DAM being beavers, D-A-M, Damn Fine Wines, and they're CastoroCellars.com. So hey, shit, excuse me, $7, nice wine. Good stuff. All right, let's move on. Wine number 2. We're going to have a Pinot Noir coming from Red Truck. If you guys have never heard of Red Truck Winery, it's kind of the bargain selection, if you will, from Klein Cellars, which is known for making quality California wines for a long time. Just last night I had one of their ancient vines, Zinfandels, Klein Cellars, great stuff. And beautiful painting there on the cover by a local artist, Sonoma artist, Denis Zamensky, and it's modeled after a 40s, like a 47 Dodge truck. So it's a 2008 Pinot Noir, 13% alcohol. Paid $9.99 for this wine, Trader Joe's. And again, I mean, shoot, $10, Pinot Noir. Got a nice strawberry color coming off here. Let's take a look at that. Not too dark. Again, 13% alcohol, so you're not expecting to see something too dark in color. You know, the California Pinot with that low of an alcohol content. Let's give it a smell. Sour cherries. There's the first thing that really comes at you on this wine. Also, there's a little bit of that kind of funky forest floor, pine needles, dirt. You know, if you've ever been camping, that you'd be familiar with that smell, which isn't a bad thing. A little bit of oaky spice coming through as well. A very, very pleasant nose to this wine. Let's give it a good taste and see what happens. That sour cherry flavor comes right through on the palate. You can taste some nice red strawberry, raspberry fruit as well. Very nice acidity for Pinot Noir. This would be a great food wine. Pretty mellow. I mean, wouldn't stack up against anything too spicy, but at the same time, you know, not too overpowering. So I would definitely, you know, nice food wine. This wine took the gold in the Best of Show in the Monterey wine competition, so not bad for a $10 wine. So first 2 wines, pretty good. Looks like it's going to be a pretty good show. World Cup, man, have you guys been watching the World Cup? I don't know, it's insanity. In California and Los Angeles, people are just going off. I mean, the crowds watching the game at bars and different places, it's ridiculous. I mean, literally in my apartment, it was Friday morning, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I just heard this like, yeah! Like, Netherlands beating Brazil in the World Cup, 6 a.m. on Friday. I think it's just an excuse for people to stay home, watch TV, and, you know, do a little drinking. But no, seriously, the World Cup's awesome. It's I've been watching some of the games too. It's a lot of fun. And wine number 3. Let's move on. A little shuffling here. Canard Sauvage. The French term for wild duck is my understanding of where that originates from. Dry Creek Valley Zinfandel, 2008. $9.99. Paid for this wine also. 15.8% alcohol. So this is a big boy right here, and very cool label. I mean, one of those things when you talk to people about wine, especially if people aren't that educated about wine, one of the things that attracts them to, you know, what their decision